you guys doing? Back once again. Um, I was just thinking to myself, when did the truth become negative? Because I noticed that we're living in a time where people feel that the truth is negative. Since when speaking out about the plight of certain guys, or since when did speaking out about the truth about life become seen as negative? I noticed that people feel that if you a person who just tell it like it is, you don't sugarcoat nothing, you just put all the cards on the table, let them fall where they may, people seem to feel that you're negative. But I'm like, what is when did being honest and telling the truth about things become negative? You know what the problem is? People like lies. People want to hear lies. People don't want to hear that realness. And when you tell the truth about society and when you tell the truth about how it really is out here, you're seen as the bad guy. And for the life of me, I could never understand that. Um, since when did being real become negative? A lot of people feel that lies and being deceptive and being deceitful, a lot of people feel that's, I guess, what you call positivity. But being deceptive and being deceitful and telling lies, that is not what you call positivity. That's not positivity at all. Telling the truth about life, men voicing their plight, men voicing their frustrations, men talking about how they were dealt unfair cards in life. It's funny how people look at that as negativity. How is that negativity? When did telling the truth and being real about your circumstances become negativity? That's what I want to know. See, people, they just want to believe what they want to believe. They want to believe what makes them feel good, what makes them comfortable. See, the truth tends to ruffle people's feathers. It pisses them off because a lot of people don't want to be confronted with the truth. And when you tell things like it is and you don't sugarcoat nothing, people want to get mad at you and say you negative. Well, if I'm negative for telling the truth, and if people are negative for talking about the circumstances that they've had and the bad experiences that they've had, if that makes a person negative, then so be it. So be it. Because if I'm negative for telling the truth, if I'm negative for keeping it real, then I'll just be the enemy then. I don't allow people to use these gaslighting tactics against me. Because what I've noticed when it comes to this society and this world that we live in, a lot of people love believing lies because lies make people feel good. See, when you tell the truth about life and you tell it like it is, you don't sugarcoat nothing, you just a straight shooter, you don't try to paint things to be all peachy, you don't try to paint things to be perfect, you just tell things like it is, you're the bad guy. You're the villain. See, people just want to believe lies. They want to believe what makes them feel comfortable. See, people know the truth deep down about this world that we live in. Because I've had people time and time again tell me that I'm negative. I've had people insult me telling me that I'm slow or that I'm negative. I'm not negative. I just analyze things for what they are. I look at reality for what it is. That's what I do. I'm not going to walk around with my head in a cloud believing fairy tales. I had enough of that growing up in the church. Church fills your head with nothing but fairy tales and false hope. There comes a point in time where you have to cut the fairy tales off and wake up to the cold, hard facts of life. And if a person is negative because they're just telling the truth about things and they're just analyzing things from a logical point of view, if that's negative, then I guess I'll just be negative then. Because a lot of people have the wrong definition for negativity. Talking about your circumstances and talking about your problems and talking about your misfortune in life, if that makes you a negative person, then so be it. Then so be it. See, people, they just want to hear what make them feel good. They just want to hear what make them feel good. They just want to hear what appeals to their pathetic emotions. They don't want the truth. They just don't. And it just really blows my mind how being honest about things, being truthful about things, telling the truth about life, it's funny how that's seen as negative. That's what I don't get. How is being real negative? That's what I want to know. I guess everybody got their own definition of what's real and what's fake. Because a lot of people just want to believe fairy tales because they don't want to wake up to the hard, cold facts of life. Sadly. And you got a lot of guys online talking about their frustrations, talking about their misfortunes, talking about how they've been discriminated against and treated bad in life. But it's funny how these guys are the people that's painted as negative. But the gangbangers, the D-boys, the head busters, why aren't these types of people seen as negative? People who are con artists, people who are liars, people who are cheaters, people who are backstabbers, people who are gossipers. May I go on? How come those people aren't seen as negative? That's my question. How come these people are not seen as negative? How come people who talk about their misfortune in life, people who get on camera and talk about their mistreatment as a man, how come they're seen as the one that's negative? That's what I want to know. You know, you got a lot of guys who are coming online talking about their frustrations. And I notice I see more content of men talking about their frustrations in life, talking about their circumstances in life. And I notice the ethnicity of men that I see mainly talking about their plight and their frustrations in life. A lot of times it's melanated brothers. Isn't that a coincidence? I just feel people just need to reevaluate their definition of negativity. People really need to reevaluate their definition of negativity. People talking about their misfortunes, people talking about their circumstances and the things that they're going through in their life, that's not negativity. That's just people talking about their life and just being real about their circumstances. That's all that is. That's not a person being negative. Getting on camera, talking about your circumstances, talking about the unfair treatment that you have received in your life as a man, that's not negativity. That's just keeping it real. That's just keeping it a buck. You know? So I just want to say for the record, just reevaluate what you feel is negative. Because people got the wrong interpretation of what negativity is. But that's all I'm going to say. You guys have a good evening.